them. But
picks are coming out, guys.
Hero the picks.
Same heroes as we just saw. For those of you just tuning in, this is game 2. Fnatic leading 1-0. Guys, any final thoughts on what we're going to be seeing
I still
here?
like Fnatic.
Still like Fnatic. Nothing's changed.
Even more so, I like Fnatic.
Yeah.
Just happens.
Alright, well, we'll be hopping in a sec once we get our pick stuff underway, and I don't think we'll see any shenanigans. No messing around with the who's picking what. They're not even trying the swaps this time.
Well, it's all picks, so you get to pick your own hero.
I mean, they did capture.
No, they CM.
They
CM
did Septim?
for stats. So otherwise, I think it doesn't. It isn't. The data isn't stored.
It doesn't
the
count.
big
That's
order.
nice of them.
Good, good.
Helping out the stats, folks.
Yeah. Nahaz is happy.
Well, I think that oh man, that's cool. We got it up right here as well.
Oh.
I think that it's a little bit tough.
I look at the TV. I'm like, it's not
Yeah, that's a
what?
Whoa, that's some magic right there.
Picture in picture, man.
Induction.
Awesome. Well, what I would say is that I think that it also is kind of a kick in the teeth for Clutch for tomorrow, that they're going to have to go down, and then maybe it will give them a whole day. They can see their two teams that they're going to have to face off against if they do lose this tomorrow, and likewise if somehow Fnatic also do. But it's still tough. It's going to be a tough series no matter where it goes to for the GSL formats, and I think that in a lot of ways, both of those teams that are waiting in the lower bracket are going to have a tough opponent to face off against.
Well, Lumi, we've been talking about psychological advantage, the experience, the mispicks, and now the towers. They got these giant towers in their face.
Tower definitely.
These guys are mentally ruined.
Well, actually,
those towers.
they have the same size as towers.
Yeah, but did you see how many level advantage it was?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get in. Thank you, Breaky. Thank you, Lyrical. Time now, Lumi, for game number 2. Fnatic, 1 game away from.
I can't. I don't know if I could be serious with all these tower discussions and mental things and whatever. But Clutch Gamer this time around does not do the patented 5-man smoke gang. That did not work last time. So.
Good, mix it up, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you're also trying
Either
to
team does.
do level 1 smoke gang where your only stun is Nyx. Right. Probably not the.
Fnatic, they've got a cast.
Well, last time it was like a pit lord, and there was a ultra kill on the Witch Doctor. Although I think the Witch Doctor was not a.
That had Tusk was the key hero.
Right,
I think with Tusk you definitely can go for that 5-man smoke. Be it Snowball or Ice Shards, both great for that.
All right, we're gonna see that the Korean mid lane with the IO feature on the mid lane. He's also tethered, broken some trees, looking to start some stacks.
Break some more trees.
There you go.
Ancient stacks who come in. They haven't really got the best stack farmers by any means, but definitely capabilities for like a Firestorm to slowly chew away at them, or a Blood Ride. Will be the mid PA you mentioned. So pressure onto Armel's Lina is going to be the name of the game. We've seen Fnatic just be kings of the mid lane with some of their unconventional QO heroes. The Bloodseeker, the PA. This mid lane has been a tough time for Lina's Quops and Pucks, the more traditional meta mid heroes.
So the one thing I do want to talk about this dual lane mid situation is because of the Phantom Dagger, Stifling Dagger, excuse me, cast range nerf onto QO, and because this is a dual lane, he might be like somewhat delayed to getting that harass onto Lina until somewhat later.
Well, Bevy has Bottle, but needs to take damage before he can actually heal up QO.
Oh, don't worry, he'll
yeah,
he's gonna take some damage.
He's like, hit me with the Dragon Slave, come on now.
QO is getting wrecked right now.
You think Armel should have gone Magic Stick first item?
Holy crap, is that a first blood?
How did that impale land? Tethered as he got hit by it.
I think so. I think he should actually, like, before he sends up the bottle, that's the Magic Stick should be.
Well, I mean, should he have had it as a starting item? He'd have like 4 or 5 charges right now.
Maybe. The stats is, you know, quite nice.
Could have had like Clarity Mantle and fought out the rest of the null later on, but
sure.
Yeah.
But the Magic Stick, no, it's Clarity coming out. Interesting. Sorry.
I would like to see a Magic Stick early, but I think like the longer you go by without getting Magic Stick, the less value it is.
Yep.
Because you want to start building up those charges early.
Is that Armel's Clarity? You think he's gonna get a full uses of that Clarity on the mid lane? I don't think so.
Good luck. I'm surprised even. Yeah, now he gets the Magic Stick.
Maybe he bought the wrong thing. Oh my God, the mental attack is real right now. Buying the wrong items.
Yeah, the Clarity does not seem like an item you're gonna get much value out of as a mid laner. We say misplay. Side lanes, anything crazy happening? Ohio gets a 1v1 against an Ursa.
Yep.
Nyx is going to TP in with the Magic Stick.
That is a tough lane for Ohio, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Seen some Ursa 1v1 against Omni. This is, I think, a much tougher matchup for the Underlord since he doesn't have degen and a lot of other things going his way. Febby looking for a rune, does not get it in the top and spawns bottom, which is always a key thing for Io's mid lane dominance, is whether you can get those runes or not. And so far does not find it. Can fall back to the jungle and pick up a bounty, which is exactly what Febby is going to do.
Yeah, but you know, that's one less rune that the Pit Lord could get. I think the Clutch Gamer supports are doing an excellent job just hounding the runes everywhere they go. To be fair though, that is a lot of support time being invested just for this. The one lane that we haven't really touched on too much is the Legion plus the Kato duo off lane. This is actually one of the more famous kind of pressure your safe lane setup.
Yep.
And Bloodseeker, I think one of the more resistant hero to something like that, because once those nukes have been expended, he could just, like, you know, get some health back from the creeps.
Yeah, I think Bloodseeker's fine against the pressure, but at the same time, they'll just be likely trading farm a bit. Legion and Bloodseeker can see both have alright CS so far. Top lane, Underlord also CSing just fine so far against the Ursa. It's actually Ursa who's getting harassed quite a bit, salving up for now. That's the last of his regen for the time being. Febby gets impaled. Is the LSA going to be there? No, he's got a level 2 Dragon Slave, but Kuo just blinks in aggressively. Febby does not have a tether as a result.
Dagger's coming off cooldown right now. Not going to go press for it. I really love that decision by Kuo. Normally, like, you see your support being gone on. You kind of just back off, hope your support doesn't die. But by going on hard on Armel, keeps the support alive.
Yep. Will still be, I think, Fnatic kind of on the back foot as a result. Kuo is taking quite a bit of harass. Io has to go back to base to heal, but
Io will come back.
He'll TP in with a salve or even just bottle charges. Kuo should get healed up in no time.
I think what this is actually doing, with the Nyx constantly sitting in mid, is forcing Io to mostly stay in lane and not stack, which kind of will limit Febby's item growth and experience growth down the line. So even though right now, like, it looks all fine and dandy for Fnatic, this is not their planet, you know, like, they're not getting to do the stuff that they want to be doing.
Febby does get lucky this time with the top rune. Say lucky, it's 50-50, but...
I mean, he just supported back. He had a full bottle anyway, so...
he used his charges to heal Kuo.
Oh, okay.
He was down to, I think, 1 out of 3.
And now he
and
gets
Nyx was actually
too.
camping his bounty rune, but Febby will get an invis into a bounty rune, and then probably come back mid and look for some further aggression on Armel's Lina. For now, bottle queued up. They want to consider even like the boots earlier against the PA's aggression, but we'll be hoping his Nyx can provide some support in that situation.
Yeah, but I think the mid lane has been won by Fnatic. If you look at the level differential, Kuo is higher level than Armel, and he's got an Io sucking experience majority of the time, so...
I guess the Nyx has been doing similar, though, I'd say. But for now, yeah, definitely Fnatic winning this mid lane. Kind of been the story. We talk about Fnatic, they want to win the lane. See, Clutch Gamers normally more the mid-game team fight, but this time they have drafted more of a lane-oriented lineup with the Coddle plus Legion lane especially. But it doesn't really feel like they've dominated the lane. At the same time, it does feel like you see the CS, it's almost even across the board in all 3 lanes.
Yep.
Witch Doctor, decent CS as a support though. Some jungle neutrals, I imagine, mostly CS he's been picking up.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of pulls. Bloodseeker, one of the better heroes to kind of tank towers, or tank under the tower because of his ability to regen HP. So you can't do that as a support for the Bloodseeker. Ajit is about to hit 6, so people need to have some TP. And that's the one thing that I've noticed about Fnatic drafting a Bloodseeker. They will always generally draft at least one, if not both supports having stuns. Because early on, the Bloodseeker will be ganking most likely with the support, so you can't TP out against the Rupture.
It's not just Ajit 6 coming, but Kuo hits 6 in the mid lane. Bottom lane, they have gone in, and Ajit gonna get vision with him being low, but the shrine is there, so we'll get back to it, kept safe. That was the Io rotation. Mid lane's been abandoned by Lina, and I want to say it's kind of a necessity at this point, because Kuo with level 6 phase boots has pretty much a free kill on Lina if Io is there to kind of back him up with a tether when he goes for a dive.
Even if Io's not there, if Lina misses the LSA under panic, you're just dead. Here we go.
Just instantly blinks, looking for a crit. The LSA does get dodged. Nicely played by Kuo.
RIP right here. Armel's going to go down. Coup de Grace gets the kill. The TP comes in. Essentially just getting some experience after this.
It kind of looks like a wall-time crit, but he has that kill even without. He could just throw another dagger if he needs, so... Crit or no crit, that was going to be a kill.
Could be another one here. DJ comes out of nowhere with that casket. And that is 2. Rappy goes down to the Rupture. I guess no TP out there. Fly Solo is going to pour it out. Can we get a crit? Don't need one here. It looks like they will lose Io on the way out, maybe lose QO. Okay, that was salvage right there.
Yeah. Lina gets a double kill by herself, solo experience and gold for the two. Instantly gets 800. That is almost worth it for clutch gamers in the end. With the if the bottom lane Bloodseeker doesn't get a kill, I think you're looking at it actually being a win for clutch gamers.
Wait, Bloodseeker didn't even use Rupture for that kill. He just ran him down.
He got all the movement speed and damage from the mid lane probably because they were so low. And I think that was a big part of him being able to find a kill.
You know, that's one aspect that you could never practice for in pubs because it's pubs. Like in this, I'm pretty sure as QO went on, like, you know, bottom lane also got wind of it and Ajit just said, yeah, let's go. I could get a kill here as well.
You do get practice in pubs. You got a Legion Commander jungling on red HP, and
that's true.
This Bloodseeker has permanent, like, max thirst.
Those are not the practice that you want, though.
yeah, it's, like, unrealistic, because everyone's always just like, oh, I'm low HP, it doesn't matter. And then, meanwhile, the enemy, the mid, thirsting the Bloodseeker's like, guys, please, use some salves. As it stands, good early game for Fnatic. Sees them with a net worth lead. Pretty sizable one considering we're just 8 minutes in.
Yeah.
And PA and Bloodseeker topping the net worth charts. Good farm on them. QO will be rushing Desolator. Definitely a player you expect to go all in on the aggression and the early game dominance.
So I don't watch a lot of Underlord play, but I am surprised by the fact that he did take a point into Dark Rift. Normally you don't see this level up this early, I want to say. I think most people opt for, let's say, an extra point of atrophy or even the hit of malice, but we'll see how he kind of uses that point, if he does indeed use the point.
Especially right now when he's so far just been farming. If that changes, like if you want to go as 4 or 5, push a tower, and then ulti to a shrine.
I think that's exactly what they're doing right now. Ohio is very low, though.
PA's going to stay mid, but here is the Rupture. Who can he find?
They know it's coming. Look at the position here. Gabby's in the trees. Nyx might tank one for the team.
Ohio did pop the smoke, but Nyx immediately retreats further back, and it's clutch gamers. Level 8 Lina coming in. You need to be careful. PA, I imagine, does have a TP scroll. Could rotate up here as well. Febby is healing Ohio's Underlord for now, and here's Armel running against the 2-man LSA. The Rupture underneath the tower. Instantly, Febby gets deleted.
Illuminate.
Looking for DJ as well. He's going to go down to the last right click. Dark Rift out, and then not going to get the kill on the Nyx assassin while this is all happening. Ohio actually may. He's very close. He gets in with the creeps.
He has the ultimate turned on, so he's like, I could do whatever under the tower, and he does. But great play here by Clutch Gamer. You know, even though they did lose the Nyx, that was a great rotation. They picked off the 2 support, and Lina just gets back in the mid lane. Again, still have to worry about getting solo killed by QO. I think he's well within the mercy of them Coupe de Grauprox.
If he gets a Stifling Dagger crit, and then he may just want to blink in, because that's going to be Lina down to like sub half HP, around a third HP. Then you blink in, all you need is one. Like, if you get an insta crit as well, it's definitely a kill.
Oh god. Yep. This is the LSA because
I mean, you can't actually. If you're throwing the stun in front of you, QO knows, and he's just going to run past you, and it's a guaranteed miss. And if you don't throw it in front of you, he just keeps hitting you. And you've got to throw the stun, but at the same time, it's impossible to land. Yeah. But if you throw it behind you, then he doesn't know he's not going to run behind you. What you can do is turn to run and do the stun where it's like at your feet. So it's kind of like on top of you, but even that is, I don't even know if that's
the problem with that is that the dagger is, okay, I'm going to point to say that even if he hits the stun, I think he might still die because the dagger cooldown on QO is so low.
Landing it with tether movement speed and phase boost is probably, I've just seen QO dodge every single LSA.
Right.
Going back 2 games ago when they were versing Mineski, was it? Or Execration.
Yeah.
And also this game. I think this guy has just played this mid matchup too many times.
I cannot say that Armel has played this mid matchup enough times.
Ajit is going to continue his residence in this top lane. Early
drums.
Yeah.
I think very different. I guess.
I mean, he's the kind of solid core. He's the one who takes low risks.
Yeah.
You know, Febby looks like puts himself in too much danger at mid. Nyx rotates in. That was a Vendetta Impale. So straightforward kill. But I think considering Ajit's playstyle and how he fits alongside QO, going for like a drums into BKB build makes sense.
We're going to see Rappy looking for a duel here. Ohio, is he going to flight mode out? I think they could kill him during the flight mode. Duel's going to come out here. The root coming through. A little bit of sustain. Oh my god, to get out!
That was close. He almost got the kill on Legion as well.
Wait, Ohio ported up top. Interesting.
capture the shrine, I guess. Maybe I think he managed to wanted to click the shrine, but at the end of the world. He is quite farmed on that Underlord. Mid lane, they've gone in aggressive. They found Nyx. Get the tower as well. DJ getting the last hit on that one. Get his level 6 from these creeps, I believe. There we go. Now Deathward comes into play. He's gone for the max Maledict build. Good at dealing with the Legion in lane, and will give them a lot of damage output as well here in the mid game, but not really what you'd normally expect out of a Witch Doctor.
Rotation coming up top here, and Fnatic could run over this Kato before they even push the tower.
He just put a defensive ward, so he does see it coming.
He's going to have to pour it out right now. In fact, they're going to look to trade towers. I think this is probably a smart move here by Clutch Gamer. I also want to talk about the item choice for Lina. I think the Bloodstone build is not the build this game. You need a way to defend yourself against the Keeper of Light, or not Keeper, the PA. And I think something like a Yule Scepter is just better. With that said though, maybe he's expecting to get some pressy attack and Blinding Light to help him out, so there's also that.
Well, they're going to defend bottom while looking to take top.
That's what they do best, man.
Yeah, we saw this last game. They take towers while defending towers, cast onto 2, say goodbye and good night to Rappy as well as Gabby in the bottom lane. Looking for return kills is Lina. QO getting low, gets brought down. Dragon Slaver's there. Arjit though, pretty fast, can chase this one down. Armel needs another nuke. He gets the stun, nicely played. As a Dragon Slave, he's going to get his kill. Oh, he goes down to the Witch Doctor though. The Death Ward kicking in. Boombax gets rooted up as well. DJ has mana for a cast in just a second with the Magic Stick. Nothing to bounce to, and it looks like that will be the end of that. Nice turnaround from Clutch Gamers to at least equalize the kill exchange in bottom, and they killed the cores. It's just, well, 2 of the cores. Underlord and Witch Doctor surviving. A win in gold.
It's not over yet. We're going to have Monolith to actually get off a stun on Ohio, I believe, and that's going to set up the duel. That is going to be another one. DJ now this time around does the rescue. Maybe not going to be enough here. Ooh, but the PA coming back, and that's going to be a big one. Looking for the kill on Boomback. Does get the run. The Roots resetting again here. Now they're going to go on the left side. Kato just dies a secondary hit. But again, Lina back in the fight. I believe that was a recall in on the Lina. Armel now will be silenced up. He's going to just stand here and TP, or now TP canceled.
Okay.
Maledict is on him, but very tanky Lina that you cannot go on. Now it's going to be DJ perhaps getting a little bit isolated. Blink Dagger coming off, pulling down 1 second from Ursa. Blinks forward. The Shrine will not get activated. A triple kill on Gabby. And our psychological PhD was doubting the fact that Clutch Gamer could outfight and outgame Fnatic, but that's exactly what they did. 2 fights in a row. Maybe we need to see some PhD revoked because...
No, there's still a lot to be played, Luffy.
I mean, they did outfight.
Yeah, well, they definitely outfought. I think this is like the perfect time for them to be grouped as 5 taking fights, because this PA is at that stage where just Desolator, I don't even think she had the Ogre Club for that fight.
No.
You're super squishy, and this is where you cannot be alone. You don't want to play a game where PA is going to find pickoffs with Desolator, because then the BKB comes up. This is the stage where you can actually punish QO. He's got Deso with no BKB. You need to basically be grouped up, and anytime he goes in, stun him, burst him down. And we saw QO die 2 times back-to-back there.
Yeah, I think Fnatic needs to take care of the Lina at the beginning of the fight, because they are relocating for other people, and it's good that you get those other people killed. Boomback, by the way, hunting Febby. Febby will go down. Great stuff. Because if you don't go for the Lina, she just outputs so much damage that it just makes the fight not worth it. Boomback will get the kill. Rupture on the back line here, and I do believe Armel will take it down. They're going to try to take one down with him here. Gabby will pop his ultimate, but his ultimate will now end. He needs to get some help right now. Shrine not going to even be close enough.
Well, I don't know if Rappy and Fly Solo wouldn't be here as well. Luckily for them, the Stifling Dagger was not in range thanks to the Blinding Light. QO.
And to run.
He's in hot pursuit. Relocate. Uh-oh. Definitely a dead call.
Fly Solo runs to the other direction.
Oh, what? Dagger? Okay, misclicked the neutral. It definitely could have caught Fly Solo, I want to say. He's fast.
That is a lucky break.
Fast with the Tranquils, but you can like blink to your IO and then throw a dagger there.
Oh, they're recalling again. I think they want to keep on pressuring and fighting. Very interesting.
Okay. I mean, as I said, this is a small window pre-BKB where you want to fight QO. And if he gets an Aegis, then the pre-BKB phase is not the phase where you can really actually try and punish him.
But can you fight him 5v5 though? They are forcing one right now in the pit. They put the Blood Rage onto Roshan, and that means guarantee kill.
It really feels like this Underlord hero is so key for QO to be enabled. He's this big 5v5 specialist who gets a mech, who gets a 4-star, gets these items to just frontline and bail QO out of bad situations.
Yeah. Or just like allow them to fight again and again, which the mobility is very key. again, we don't have ever time to talk about strategy, but a quick thing about the keeper pick. It does two very important things in this game. It, of course, allow them to defend if it does come to that. It looks like it will. The second thing is that it really limits what Thirst can do for the Bloodseeker. Pop the Monolith, and it looks like he is leveling up the Monolith, which is quite early normally. But you pop that stuff on the Bloodseeker, and Thirst not helpful when you're just going to get stunned every time and lose all your mana in the process.
First tower of the game goes down for Clutch Gamers. Definitely a sign of how this early game played out. QO has Aegis, but does not want to go in. I think a good call from him. He was kind of alone. They're looking to find a fight top and then relocate in. Boombax is there, as is the Ursa. Question is, will they get jumped first at this bottom lane? I think Clutch Gamers realize what's going on. QO bottom with the IO. Very common setup. You send 3 heroes to the enemy side of the map, try and engage, start a fight, and then relocate in.
The smoke. They want to actually get QO. This is bold. They have Aegis, they have defensive relocate. You need to find the backline here. And in fact, they do. They find the IO. Can they burst him down? Yes, they can. The Lina is in position, but QO, though, gets the 1 kill. LSA will not land again. He's going to try to TP out. Any crits? No crits. They will lose another. So trading 2 just for an IO kill. You got to keep in mind, this is a lineup that says, all right, we got a favorable trade. Let's go get some building. So these are very costly fights.
And just fighting in general is something that you kind of keep mentioning Fnatic love to do. They've got this Dark Rift that enables them to just fly around the map. They had 3 top. It's actually, they've got 2 IOs on the team. IO can bring the PA top. At the same time, Underlord can bring not just himself, but the 2 teammates bottom. So wherever there's a fight, Fnatic can show up with the entire team.
Bottom here. Looks like Boombax does find Febby again. Can he get off the kill before he tethers away? Pops a magic wand. Blink. Overwhelming odds. Will get the job done. They are doing a very good job making sure they kill the IO every single time, which is key. Blinking in, blinding light though, doing some work.
The RNG doesn't look like it.
All right, and now he's loses a bunch of his mana, but
still in fighting shape with 180 though.
Blink duel.
Who's he going for? He wants the supports, but he doesn't get close enough, and that's going to be a dead Legion Commander, I've got to imagine. Yep. The Blood Right will zone out the entire team.
Oh my god, 2 crits in a row. He does have his ultimate turned on.
He's just back in. He gets 4 staff away from the Lina as well.
Okay.
They are playing and positioning so well. QO just wants to keep on diving. Fly Solo cannot stand up to this Desolator.
Oh my god.
QO decides not to dive the base. This is the new QO. The QO that doesn't dive bases QO.
You know when he backed off earlier when he went into 3?
Yeah.
I had the same thought in mind that this is his new QO. The old QO would have just went and lost his Aegis.
This Fnatic, you know, I think they've had a dent to their confidence because they have not had results as a team.
They're about to have results right now, man.
Yeah, they are 1 game away from getting to TI. I mean, that's the thing. They failed to qualify for LAN after LAN in SEA. Well, TI, end of the day, none of that matters if you're at TI. And that is exactly what Fnatic are very close to doing. Clutch Gamers need to find a way to turn this one around. It's still a very small gold deficit. Just a bit above 3,000 gold separating the 2 teams. QO does have Aegis, but that's going to be gone in a minute and a half. Problem is, it's now been replaced, or at least for now, added to by a BKB, so he can continue to play aggressive. Very hard hero to deal with.
This is like the most pub strat ever, but that's
QO.
That's
QO.
And we don't mean that in like a native form, right? It just takes the ultimate. This reminds me like Dota 1 Na'Vi, just like run at you and just fight you on the tower, kill you on the tower, and make it look real swaggy while doing so.
I mean, more recently the Dota 2 MVP.
Right.
I mean, that was QO.
That is QO. Yeah.
Some different teammates, not the all Korean team anymore, but. It's to me, this is very much a similar playstyle. I think Ahaya is perhaps playing slightly different to like what Forev used to do, but as a whole, I feel like Arjit is filling in that MP stable carry role, and QO able to just play as aggressive as he wants. It's on the high ground.
Boom back. Okay. Press the attack. They bring him low. Okay, he's got the Aegis. I'm not sure if they want to commit onto QO. Here comes the Guardian Greaves, the Meg, everything healing each other back up to earn as well.
Already used the glyph. This tower may just go down.
Okay, Impale's gonna hit LSA, just blowing up the creep wave. The Blood Rage. Oh my, Blood Right, excuse me. So annoying, just forcing all of the repositioned QO constantly being juiced back up. Here comes the Luminant. That thing's not maxed right now. Rappy looking for the duel, not gonna find it.
Aegis down. That was also the last Urn charge, so they can't actually continue to heal QO up, and they'll back off, but good damage dealt.
Yeah.
Tier 3 tower would have been ideal if they could start taking those shrines, but ultimately Fnatic know their limits and do back off.
I'm looking at the wards right now on Clutch Gamer. I wonder if those are a bit overzealous. They
Yeah.
were good when they were placed. You know.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you mean about that.
Yeah. Okay, a couple key things for Clutch Gamer to do right now. Rappy needs to find his Blade Mail because so far he could only go for the supports. Could maybe start thinking about some of the cores if he does have Blade Mail. Still though, I don't think he could win the Blade Mail duel against the PA if the IO gives the defensive heal and the overcharge. So he's still in a very tough situation. Second, look for pickoffs. If you could just break them up, prevent the 5-man group up, then you have a good shot, but it's tough because relocate and
yeah,
the Dark Rift.
If you go for pickoffs, you need to go as 5, and that's exactly what they've done. Smoked up, they're going to find the IO and
Duel.
the PA. He does get the BKB off, so he should survive the duel.
Buyback.
Question is what happens after. QO is going to get a kill. The Madman, he won't stop. He's looking for Armel. He goes invis. Do they have detection? The sentries there. Armel jumped on by QO, turns for the stun. Oh no! Down goes the Lina. Bloodstone charges lost. QO is not done.
Oh, the crits are coming out right now. 3-for-1 exchange. It was the buyback. It was the dieback. But it doesn't matter. The IO is picked for QO. As long as he doesn't die, it's okay.
All for QO.
Yeah.
QO for himself. It's like QO
No,
for
no,
all.
no,
QO
no,
for
no.
all. No, QO is all about.
QO is bring a W to the team, right?
Yeah.
So QO for all is fine. And now we're gonna see a tier 2 push. Everyone is just gunning for these crypts, gunning for these towers, and they draw the line up top. They want to basically get rid of the backdoor protection and just run straight top for the tier 3. And I think tier 3 is really the building they really want. Or are they backing off?
Quite safe. The respawn soon on Ursa, perhaps a little bit spooky. And also Lina alive very early with the Bloodstone charges, so they're going to back off, probably play around next Roshan, I guess, Lumi.
Okay.
Or just finding pickoffs, you know. They've got the high ground here, they've got great ward coverage around this top Dire jungle. Even around that Dire Ancients over on the right side, they've got a ward blocking a medium camp, but that's mostly just to give them some vision.
You know, I think we're talking about what Fnatic's doing, but I was trying to figure out what Clutch Gamer can do, and I just can't, for the love of God, come up anything because they try everything. They try to fight them, you know, they try to look for ganks, they try to 5-man smoke, and nothing has really worked out. And
I think that play there was the perfect play. It was just QO BKB before the duel. If he doesn't do that, they get both kills, and it's a huge win for them.
So just unlucky. Like, can you make the same play again, though? At this time, they're expecting
I think you have to make the same play. You have to keep looking for those. I mean, you said pick off dirt. I think that is the play. Hope that you can be a little bit faster, or QO is going to be a little bit slow with his BKB.
Okay, well, hoping is the key word here, I guess.
Yep. I mean, a lot of it comes down to vision. If you have vision there, perhaps you can just instantly blink on the PA with the duel, but they didn't maybe have the exact vision they needed. Boombacks on the Knicks, definitely a good scouting hero to have and something they can look to play around.
Scans flying about, hits absolutely nobody. The next item I want to talk about is Armel working towards a Silver Edge. So, I mean, getting rid of the blur is decent. And of course, actually applying that minus 40% damage output on PA can be extremely relevant.
Yeah, I think it's really nice just because it means Gabby doesn't have to go for any kind of MKB himself. He's going straight into the BKB, so he doesn't get kited around by stuns, and he can actually fight better. And this means Lina kind of allows the Ursa to do more damage in a fight.
Yeah. What an interesting item build on our Pit Lord. Normally you see Greaves and Pipe, but Solo Crest I guess is pretty common, but the Force Staff, I guess it combos very nicely with Aj's ultimate, but...
He did this
I think I remember you were talking about it in the
last time he
fight.
went Force Staff before the man.
Okay.
He's really... I mean, this is a higher. He's the definition of the selfless offlane player, I feel. Always, I mean, in the old days when he was playing with Mushi, me and Winter would always joke about how this guy is just like always there babysitting Mushi, making sure he has a good game. Force Staff is that kind of positioning item.
Yeah.
And as an offlaner, he's going to farm it faster than any support can. They do have one on the Witch Doctor as well.
I mean, it's never a bad item, so it's
one of the most OP items in the game, in my mind. Everyone can buy it, though, so it's like it's equally OP for both teams.
I'm starting to believe that root should like prevent Force Staff from being used.
Kind of cool. I mean, it stops so many other escapes. DD Rune, is he going to use it for Roche or save it? I'd like to see him save it.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's heading to Roche. Yeah, he knows he needs to be there, but see if the Dire team can stop this. Nyx is in the neighborhood.
Courier snipe, maybe? Got him.
Yeah,
Or not got him.
They definitely can't. That's the actually other crazy thing about Firestorm owns Roshan.
Well, I think it's more of the Blood Rage. that also owns
That too.
Roshan.
But yeah, Firestorm actually does an absurd amount of damage to Roshan.
Does he not have any like resistance to the percentage? He has some sort
he
of,
has crazy high. I mean, the magic resistance of Roshan has been nerfed over various patches, but I remember the first time I started seeing Underlords in the meta, and then I saw teams killing Roshan. I was like, holy shit, how's that Firestorm like?
I mean,
Firestorm did like 20% of Roshan's HP almost.
They have Blood Rage, Solar Crest, and a their PA. Our PA double damage, right? So, Blamelel duel? Is this the time? I mean, he's got Aegis, so...
Not worth throwing your life away when you don't have buyback, perhaps.
Well, that tower is about to be thrown away, so... Kyo is coming and he demands some sacrifices. Oh god, the force stab. And now he is in there. Press the attack, gets him back out, but the Rupture is still on him and he now has to Sudoku for his team. 34 seconds without the Lina tier 3. Okay, good blinding light. You know, just buying every second that you can. Kyo with the Solar Crest up front, still looking very healthy. And now there is daggers are flying out. That is a bash and a crit at the same time.
Kyo just ignoring the heroes, focusing on objectives.
Well, he's on a hero now and going hard. Fly Solo will not survive. Ursa needs to pop his ult. He pops the BKB. They don't care. And now it's QO going inside the base. He still has Aegis and BKB, not triggered anything just yet. Gabby.
BKB's gonna wear off. They get the duel, but there's an IO tether immediately. He's losing this duel and losing it badly. Next is the Nyx. 1k crit from QO. Easily demolishing CG. The creeps are still in the top lane. Siege creeping in the range track. This means they can actually take the mid lane as well. And I don't think they're going to stop here. 2 melee racks advantage. At this point, Fnatic have a commanding lead.
I think that smoke gang that they did on QO and he activated BKB. Yeah. It was an unfortunate, quick reaction by QO, but I think that was it for Clutch. Right there.
And it was one of those things where even if it worked, it was still like they were behind.
Well, they needed that to work. Yeah,
they needed it to work, and then even then, they would still be playing from behind. Fnatic's just Roshan positioning advantage meant PA with Aegises and like Cheese to back him up, IO Cheese potentially, or whatever it may be, is just insane.
All right, they're gonna go for Ajit instead, but I don't know if they've been taking name. Ajit has not been the one. It's QO.
QO blows up the backline Lina. He's not done. He gets a double. He's going for the triple, and GG's called. Fnatic are going to Seattle alongside TNC.
I gotta say, Clutch Gamers are my boys, but Fnatic playing some godly Dota right now.
Baby Dota, says Armel. He's definitely been a big playmaker on that 4-position role. I'm happy to see Fnatic back at TI. It felt like this entire year has been lackluster from them. They were a dominant team on the international stage for all of like the last TI calendar year. They finished, I think, top 6 at every single